Good afternoon, traders. My name is Sifengema. Welcome to our technical analysis session. Guys, I want to maybe try and explain a couple of things. I know that when I'm explaining maybe with my words, you are going to maybe have a problem remembering that. But I just want us to have a look at a couple of concepts that I need you guys to master so that maybe you can succeed in your trading. One of those concepts is support and resistance. I want us to try and explain what these concepts mean and how we can try and make sure that we use them to our advantage. The first one we're going to start off with is support. Let us try and explain what support is. I know we usually say that support is this. Support is the floor, and resistance is the ceiling. That's what we usually say. But now today, I just want to try and go a little bit deeper in my explanation there, just to try and give you a bit of an insight. Okay, this is the meaning of support. Support is the price level at which demand is thought to be strong enough to prevent the price from declining further. That's what it means. Support is the price at which demand is thought to be strong enough to prevent the price from declining further. So that means that once the price gets to that particular area, there is enough buying interest on a particular share or particular instrument that should actually propel the price higher going forward. Let me try and give you that. Let me go to my chats. Okay. Contain. Exports to. Hi, John. I see that you've just joined us. To be stronger. Sorry, to be. Okay, let me try and risk this one. Support is the price level at which demand is thought to be strong enough to prevent the price from declining further. And resistance, the same thing. Okay, that is your that's your resistance. Support resistance is the price at which the selling is thought to be strong enough to prevent the price from rising further. And I don't know, how do you like those how do you like those, John? Are you happy with that? Can you see them? Okay, it's John and Matli, Mutawung. Are you guys happy with that? Because I mean, this is the stuff that I really need you guys to master. If you can master support and resistance for me, guys, I think that's the only thing that I'm really looking for from you guys. So that maybe you can try and do your own analysis and be able to come back to me and tell me if I'm making some errors in my technical analysis. Okay, guys, do you have anything that you'd like me to have a look at for you? Are there any shares or currency pairs that you want us to go through before more people join us and ask more questions? Okay. Okay, this is another one that I want us to have a look at, that support equals resistance. This is another principle of technical analysis that stipulates that support can turn into resistance and vice versa. Once the price breaks below a support level, I need you guys to underline that or make a mental note of it. The broken support level can turn into resistance. The break of support signals the forces of supply have overcome the forces of demand. Therefore, if the price returns to this level, there is likely to be an increase in supply and hence resistance. On the other side of the coin, resistance in on the other 10 of the coin, resistance turning into support as the price advances above resistance, it signals changes in supply and demand. The breakout above resistance proves that forces of demand have overwhelmed the forces of supply. If the price turns onto this level here, there is likely to be an increase in the demand, and support would be, well, I mean, support will be found there. So that's one of the things that you should really look at when doing those technical analysis there. Okay, John, any more questions? I think you have the freedom to ask whatever question that you want to ask. Please ask. I want you to be very interactive, brother. I want you to be very interactive here. We don't have a lot of people today, so I need you to be able to ask whatever questions, issues that you have. That's if you are doing your analysis on your own later after the show or after the the webinar training. Hi Christian, hi Gert. Matli, guys, I was chatting to John here. He hasn't actually responded. I'm asking you guys if you have any stuff or anything that you want to ask from your own technical analysis, because I mean that's what I'm trying to challenge you guys to do. I want you guys to go and do your own technical analysis and come back to me and give me those things and say this is what I found when I was doing my own technical analysis. Otherwise, you won't go very far in trading. I think you must do what other people don't do in order for you to be able to be the best in the game, you know. I think that's what you need to do really. Okay. Oh, okay. Mm, okay. Hi guys, I don't know if you can hear me. We've had a problem with our internet connection. I'm still trying to reestablish my connection. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know how long it will take, but please bear with me. It shouldn't take more than 3 minutes. I think we should be able to come back online in the next 2-3 minutes, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies for the technical glitch. Now we are back online. Thank you so much for waiting for me there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're still looking at BVT. It was submitted by John Momberg. Now we're going to have a look at it. What is going on here? Okay. BVT, from BVT, we're going to have a look at CML. Okay, he was saying entry 230, take profit 239, stop loss 226. I don't know, did you get the risk reward ratio there? Risk reward ratio correctly there, John? Was it 2:1 or 1:2? What did you get there? Did you get it? Okay, we have our, okay, let's just check here quickly. The monthly. The monthly is looking positive. Yeah, we had a look at this one, I think, yesterday. We had a look at it yesterday. Let me just check here quickly. 10 points. Okay. Let's draw one at the top there. We have one at the top. Okay. Okay. Let me see. This is the original, the actual original idea. Was it on this one? Was it on Beatvest? Can't remember. Okay. Bitvest yesterday it closed 232.77. It was up 3%. Yeah, we need to have a close above 32.77 again today to get a follow through on this one, because I mean yesterday was positive. We should get that follow through. Momberg is saying that we should close at 239. I'm looking at okay, why 239? I think he's looking at this area here. I'm looking at 240, 239 and 240. Yeah, the difference there is not too big. So I think if you go in and take that long, but I mean we have one issue though. This is a 1 hourly time frame. At 9 we closed above our 10 simple moving average, but at 10 we stayed below the moving average. So I think that's the only thing that's not going to help us a lot here when it comes to momentum. Otherwise, I think that the stock is looking good. It should push higher maybe going forward. But I mean, this 1 hourly time frame below the moving average is a bit of an issue. This is a bit of an issue. Let me check. If I can see any levels here on this one. 228. No, it's 229. Sure. Okay. Yeah, John, I would actually take a long here, but I mean, you know what, what the issue is. The issue is that horizontal line at 232.64. That horizontal line at 264, I think, is a bit of a problem. Let's double check it here. You see, it turned exactly at that resistance line. We got this from the monthly time frame, that 232. It came down below that at 9 when the market opened at 10. There was a follow through, and now we've just been trading sideways. I think we're going to have a bit of a problem there. I think what we should do here, we should wait for maybe an hourly close above this line or this area here, or even a daily close above that 232. If we can get a daily close above 232.60, above 232.64 today, then definitely I think we can go in and take a long on this one. Otherwise, if one wants to take a bit of a risky trade that is not confirmed, you can go in maybe at current levels, hoping that we're going to have maybe a close above 232 maybe at the end of business today. Maybe you can do that, but at the moment this doesn't really look good because of that 232.64 area that we failed to take out. We need to close above that 232.64 at the end of business today. So yeah, let me look at your stop. You said your stop should be 226. Okay, yesterday's low. What is yesterday's low? Let's check for the low yesterday. Yesterday's low was, what is the low? Why is there no low here? Okay. The low was 224.36. 224.36 is the low. So your stop loss should be 224, maybe 29, just a couple of cents below yesterday's close. Yesterday's low, sorry. Make it 224. Your stop loss should be 224, maybe 29, just 7 cents below yesterday's low. That's where your stop loss should be here, really. You cannot have your stop loss at 226. You're going to be stopped out because I mean you haven't hidden your stop loss. You must hide your stop loss a bit. Make sure that it's below maybe yesterday's low by a couple of cents. Not a lot. 5, 6, 7 cents is okay. Then that's your low. Okay, John, you're typing a message. Okay, it's fine. I'll wait for you. Yes, you may change the stop loss to 224. It's okay. You may change the stop loss to 224. It's not an issue. But I mean, your risk reward ratio now is not going to be good. But I mean, you may change it to 224. That's the right stop level that you need to have there. Okay, let's have a look at CML now. CML was sent by Christian. CML trade idea. This month is above the moving average, but it's touching the. It looks like tested support 78. Is it a buy? Okay, let's have a look at CML. Okay. Let's look at the monthly first. Okay. Monthly, you haven't suggested anything. You haven't sent me anything. Are you there? Gert, I'm expecting something from you, big guy, also, huh? Okay, we are above the moving average. We are above the moving average, we are in a bullish trend. Let's now change to the daily, see how the daily looks. Okay. Before we do that, let's try and mark those levels here on the monthly chart, see if we can find them. Let me see if we can get anything there. Get anything there. Get anything there. 74, 73. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, on the monthly, if you check, we have support around 79.37. We have support around 39 79.37. Now let's change it to the daily. Okay. I'll support there on the daily. Sure. Okay, support levels that we are getting from a monthly chart, I'm going to mark them with this thick blue line. We're getting those from the monthly chart. The thick ones are from the monthly chart. These thin ones, they are from the daily, the daily time frame. Okay. Well, I mean, yesterday we closed below the monthly time frame around, sorry, the monthly support that we got off the monthly time frame around 79.37. But the stock is trying very hard to bounce and move higher. Currently, we are at 79.23. We have support from the daily time frame at 78 or 78. Let's just call it 78. 78, and the other area of support that I'm seeing here, there is a bit of a range. That area is 76.82. I know that we sent out a trade idea on this one. Let me just check what that area is. I will tell you now. Okay, buy at 78.50. Okay. I'll tell you now. 76.80. 76.80. Our stop loss is around 76.80. In fact, personally, I think that the stock should not actually go beyond 77. You can see over the past couple of days, every time it tries to get into this area, we get the buyers coming in and pushing the stock up, leaving these tails behind. The only time that we went down, what was the low? The low was 77.05. So we use this low here to determine our stop loss. We think that this market or this particular stock is still going to respect those two dotted horizontal lines that we've drawn there. We think that we're going to trade between those and move higher just above 77. So that is why we put our take profit there. We are okay with this long trade right now, because I mean, if you check, the rand has been strengthening a bit against the US dollar, although we are above 12 rands. So our financials should actually do well, maybe on the back of that going forward. So we think that as a technical trade, this is actually a good trade. We're just touching on those fundamental factors just to maybe strengthen the bias, but that's not the main thing. That's not the main thing. The main thing is technical. This is a technical trade. We think that this trade should actually go higher going forward. So, Christian, to answer your question, I think it is a buy. I think it is a buy. I think it is a buy. I don't know why you sent me that. Did you send it to me based on the technical trade idea that was sent out to you, or what? But I mean, I think it is a buy. I'm happy with a buy on this one. Oh, okay, Martley, I see that you had a problem with your internet connection. Now you're okay. 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 Christian is saying he's okay. He was just double checking. Okay, let's have a look at MND now. MND, guys, remember we spoke about MND a couple of days ago. We said MND was a buy. I can't remember when that was, but it was trading around 331, 330 at a time, and we said that MND was a buy. I don't know if any of you guys remember. Yeah, this turning point here. Okay, okay, there's another level there. Turning point here. Uh, Sure. On this one, when we looked at it the other day, we said that we had something that looks more like a head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder. We said this was the left shoulder here. This is the head. This is the head here, and this is the right shoulder. And right now it looks like we are breaking out of, I mean, away from the neckline. We are breaking away from the neckline. I think the next target that we should look at on this one is 339, 340. A break above 339, 340. I think we should target 347, 347, 350. I think that's the level that we should target here immediately after breaking above the neckline at 331. So I wouldn't really worry much about the 200-day moving average as long as the monthly I mean time frame is looking good and the 10 simple moving average is looking good and it's supportive. It's saying that we should go in and buy the stock. I would hold on to my long if I'm long already. So for those of you who are still thinking of taking a long on this one, I'm not really too sure if it is the right time maybe to be going in now, or maybe one should just sit on the sidelines, sit on your hands, do nothing until this market really decides what it wants to do, maybe going forward. But I think if the mood improves in the market, like we saw last night, the S&P closed in, I mean, in the positive territory last night, and it looks very promising. It looks like we may still move higher in today's session. So if that really happens, there's a good chance that we are definitely going to see 347 on this one. So that's the level I'm looking at. I'm not really worried about the 200-day moving average. It doesn't really mean much to me. It's just like any other moving average. The main thing is your support and resistance, and the structure of your longer term time frames. If they are looking good, you can go in and take a long. As long as you've got your stop loss in place, I think you're going to enjoy the ride. Okay, Gert, are you happy with that? Is there anything that you'd like to question? Is there anything that you'd like to suggest? Maybe that is against what I've just said now. If there's anything that you're not happy about, you're allowed to say, hey, Zile, I'm not happy with this one. I think you overlooked ABC. I don't have an issue with that at all. Okay, okay, there is, let me check if I can do this. Uh, okay, Matli, I see you busy typing a message there. It's fine, I'll wait for you. Oh, okay. You want me to look at the RSI? Okay. I don't know what exactly you're looking for from the RSI there. Might be because you're not telling me. Otherwise, I'm going to use the RSI my way. Let us see. I think 91 is better than 20. Okay, well, I mean, if we look at the RSI is above our 50. That's how I look at it. Anything above a 50 is positive on the RSI for me. If it's above the 50 and it's trading above that pinkish line there, I think that's yeah, that's beautiful. So I'm happy with this one, Matli. I mean, I'm happy with this. Is there anything else that you want to add? Are you happy with the way that the RSI looks? There is no negative divergence here. There is nothing. It looks like it's likely to move higher going forward. Okay, let me see. I got an email from one of the traders. She was talking about. Let me check. Closed it. Okay, let me see. She mentioned GBP JPY, and she also mentioned NZD AUD. Sorry, NZD USD. Well, I mean, let's look at NZD USD first. See if there's anything that we can get out of it. See if we cannot maybe trade it as a short, perhaps. Okay, we're going to mark these important levels. We're just going to use the daily chart. We will go and test the levels on the monthly chart, but for now, let's just look at the daily. You know. Okay. I'll cut these. I want to focus more on this one because it's very closer to our simple moving average. Well, I mean, the NZD USD, well, I mean, hit this resistance area. If we go back to maybe the monthly time frame, you'll see what I'm talking about. It tried to go beyond this point here, that resistance area. It failed and it came down. And now I think it's on its way down to test that support that we have around 0.73276 or 0.73200. So any break below the moving average here, we could see this currency pair actually moving a lot lower. Another thing that I think is important to highlight here is the fact that we are trading below our rising trend line here. We are trading below our rising trend line here. This tells me that we could really see this stock come down over the next a couple of days. Maybe if you hold a short on this one, maybe until Friday, there something could actually come out of it. Now let's go to the monthly chart to double check what I've just said now to see if we can see any meaningful support there. Let's remove all these drawings here. We'll mark this turning point here at the top. I'll draw another one here. I'm marking just this one here. This was back in 2015. Okay. Anything below this, I'm not going to mark. I want us to focus more on. I want us to focus more on this one here at the top, the 0.73962. That is the area that I want us to focus on. Another thing that I want to highlight to you is the fact that last month, no, it wasn't last month, it was in Feb. In Feb, we had a negative monthly close of 1.91%, and in March we were flat 0.22%. So before the end of the month, I would expect. Well, I mean, I think this thing is going to come down maybe. Below the support at 0.7300. I think it's going to come down below there and hopefully close maybe around 0.72335 or 0.72200, around those levels. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not sure whether that is going to play out according to my analysis yet, but I mean, it looks like we may have this market pulling back a bit and moving lower going forward. But yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it and check what happens. Okay, guys, is there anything else that you like to ask or you want me to look at? Please explain why not do more lines. The reason why I'm not doing more lines is because I'm focusing more on what the price is doing right now. I just want to see what the price is going to do next. When the price maybe finally breaks below this support line that we have around 0.7300 or 0.73000, then we can start maybe looking at lower support levels. At the moment, I'm not really worried about that. That is the main reason. I just want to check what the price is doing right now. Once the price has turned and confirmed that it's now moving down or moving lower, then maybe I can draw those support levels. But for now, I am not going to do that for that reason. Because I don't want to end up having too many lines. I don't have a problem having lines, but having too many lines is an issue also. Oh, okay, John, I'll wait for you. It's okay. Well, I mean, it depends on where the price is, John. If the price, like I'm checking here, if you think that the price is about to turn, I think maybe you don't need to draw too many lines. Otherwise, I would have to have lines maybe at these levels here also. I think what we've just done, I mean, on this one is enough because I mean the price is just trading above that support that we have at 0.73. So any close below 0.73 will expose us to okay 0.72400. A break below that will take us a bit lower, maybe towards 0.688. Around those levels for now. I'm happy with this one, what we've done here. Guys, there isn't a lot happening in this market at the moment, but I mean before we close, let's have a look at the US 500, the S&P 500, just to check what what picture that market is painting for us, because I mean that's the main market that we look at for direction. US 500 is the S&P 500. Let's quickly have a look at it. I'm waiting for my chart to finish downloading or uploading. Oh, it's very slow, huh? Very slow. Monthly time frame, we are still up. We are still up on the monthly time frame. We are above our moving average. The market tried to come down below the moving average. Buyers came in, pushed the price up, and month to date we are up 2%. Month to date we are up 2%. So it looks like the market wants to go and test that 2,718. That's where I think that we may have a problem. Looking at it now, I think there's a good chance that we could even touch 2,718, 2,720 than the previous month's open. So we must keep an eye out for that one and check what the market does when it gets to those levels. Let us check our daily time frame. Okay, daily time frame. That's where our support is. Our support is around 2,580, 2,574 area when looking at the daily time frame. Let's try and get more levels around where the price is currently trading. Okay, the market has been moving higher on the daily. We are above our simple moving average. The market is still continuing to move higher. Maybe what we should do is to mark this falling trend line here. Let me see how we this falling trend line. What I think could happen is that when the market maybe gets closer to this falling trend line, we could see maybe sellers coming back in and pushing the price lower. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I mean, I'm looking at this price being kept, at the price of this particular index being kept maybe around 2,720. When it gets around 2,720, there could be sellers coming in and pushing the price lower. Any break below maybe the daily moving average could take us back down to 2,590, 2,570s on this one. But I mean, it's been going up nicely so far. Let's monitor and see what happens going forward, guys. It looks like maybe we are going to do well maybe towards the end of the session. The stocks that we've suggested as buys, maybe they are going to improve also maybe towards the end of the session. Otherwise, there's still a lot of jittery. I mean, in the market, the markets are not too confident about the direction that the market is currently taking at the moment. So I don't know, guys. That's all I think we need to look at. We don't have too many trade ideas these days. The market is volatile. We are scared that maybe there could be another sell-off coming. But I mean, let's check what happens maybe over the next couple of days. Guys, thank you so much for attending our technical analysis today. Thank you so much. If you guys still have questions, please ask. Otherwise, we are done for the day. Thank you, John. Thank you, Matli. Thank you, Gert. Cheers, guys.